Yeah.
But just, yeah, usually if you're a different MOS, like if you're not infantry, you don't. You go somewhere else to learn how to do radios or automobiles. As infantry, it was an extension. The same fucking guy. I was ready to shoot him at nighttime. With it. Yeah, I'm glad I did. He says he couldn't figure out the bipolar. I was young. He says, son, you're gonna have problems in the Army. He's right. They gave me an honorable. I had 9 positives for heroin and got an honorable. Because I didn't get in any other trouble, basically.
Yeah.
I never missed formation. So I lucked out and I got out 5 months early with an honorable. And so that's a story about that. And why did I bring that up? Well, it's been a long road. And I went to Philly, and that weekend a school teacher came up to me and said, listen, I do college, I do well, I don't do well in certain venues, certain crowds and that. I feel a little bit bipolar at times and excitable. And she sized me up. She says, oh, you're definitely going to do this. Just do me a favor. Don't judge nobody when you get there, and don't be egotistical. And she walked away, an Asian school teacher. She's right. It's happening now. It's happening 4 years later. But you talk about patience. You talk about waiting on a truck for several months. Wasn't a great deal, but it's a good truck. And
Yeah.
I got 5,000 in that truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it for 35. I got 1,500 I put in it
Wow, man.
to get it right. New springs and that. My little kitten. And so the cat's coming to the thing. Now, to sum it up, patience, prophecy. I read that Bible, man. In the basic training, I was ready to kill this guy, man. I wanted out of there. I was like punished every weekend because there was a scuffle downtown. I wasn't involved, but I was there and MPs picked me up. So I never had liberty and I had to crawl through fucking everything. In fact, I had to cut cattails down in the swamp. They didn't get cattails. What the fuck? What are you doing? I said, he told me to do. He says, get in that barracks. He's trying to kill that man. I had to call a lawyer. So I've been through a lot from all my life. All my life. Car wrecks, high-speed chases. If I gave you everything you said, you don't believe me. Take 3 hours to tell you just my incidences. Maybe 2 hours, hour or two. So anyway, so now this job is coming. Talk softly was the only advice that I got from anybody.
Yeah.
Professionals. They said, you got it. I says, I was up at Villanova, and I said, look, you have a director here, a person who already works at a rehab, you got a school teacher back here, you got a guy that works at Temple Black. I says, what am I bringing to the table? I says, maybe a little intellect, that's it. And this girl looked at me, she says, you got the strongest connection in this class of anybody in this class of everybody put together.
Yeah.
She says, you connect. And she says, you connect hard too, like electricity.
Yeah.
She says, tone it down. You ain't got to prove nothing. You got it. And it didn't happen. I wasn't born with it. And I had to develop it. I'm still developing it. So the biggest advice I got was not my brains, not my motives. They change over time, and they're more altruistic now. A lot of people backing me. A lot of professors, letters of reference. Be humble and talk softly. You got it. I didn't know that at the beginning. I thought I had to, my dad still acts like he had to prove stuff. I did this, I did that, I did this. And then, so I said, it's your home. Some people did more, some did less. Does he want me to put it on video? It pisses him off.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
What do you think? What do you think gives you that connection, the ability to connect? What do you think that is?
Well, let me get back. Spiritual discernment, pulse of society, that ability. Back when I was in basic training, I picked up a Bible, and all I did is read a couple. I didn't know how to do a Bible. I just read a little bit of Genesis, and God created this and that.
Yeah.
I got out of that basic training, and I went to airborne school.
Yeah.
Then I'm in Germany. I'm only there a year, and I'm already selling liquor. You know, getting it to the PX.
You know.
Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm selling liquor.
Yeah.
So I'm investing maybe $5 a bottle for Jim Beam, half a gallon, 5 or 7, selling them for like 21, 25. So I'm turning $5 into $25 as fast as I can. And I only get so many bottles, so I'll buy your bottles too. You want some hashish? Let me use your ration card.
Yeah.
So I'm trying, it is what it is. When I first got there, I seen a guy that grabbed his shit. He came back to Germany, pick up his cigarettes. We didn't go with the German girl, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm there a year, and a guy gives me some dope. I just sold some liquor. He was younger than me. I guess I was 19 or 20. He was 17. A few years difference.
Yeah.
A couple of years. And I went out in the bathroom. I was only like, I think it was 1976.
Yeah.
I was only 20 years old and this kid was 17. And I woke up a half an hour later, 20 minutes. I looked at the clock. There was a syringe next to me. Man, I was soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
And then I went and checked my coat. The money was gone. I seen that kid several months. That was in the winter time, sort of the fall or winter. I seen him in the summer on a subway platform. There wasn't as many people in Berlin as there are now. And there was a wall there, so there wasn't as many people. I said, remember me? He's white as a ghost. I says, you fucking robbed me, man. And I grabbed him. He says, I went downstairs in the bathroom. I thought you were dead. Everybody dies in Berlin. I said, I'm not dead. And I scared him and I let him go.
Yeah.
That's one of 12 incidences.
Yeah.
Okay? 1 of 12. I don't live like that today. I drive safe.
Yeah.
And I was baptized. And recently, I cleaned this off because I was watching porn like several months ago. So I had this all wiped down so no pop-ups come on.
Yeah.
And I get everything out of this house, anything that represents that video, anything.
Yeah.
Something happened in my head that dropped down to my heart. An old man told me a long time. One guy was impatient with me. You got it up here, you ain't got it here. I don't know what happened. But once I made the move to clean that, and once I went up to pursue that job, which wasn't easy, I waited on it a long time.
Yeah.
90-day probation, something dropped down into side. So when I go to NA, I told my ex-sponsor, and he's a BLM signing his jury. He's a white kid, about 30. I said, I know all these black people. They don't want, I told him right, I said, they don't want that sign. That sign ain't for them, they says. Take it down on their behalf.
What sign is it?
BLM.
Oh.
I know the black guys that work at everything. They're friends of mine, all through here.
Yeah.
Even met a guy this morning.
Yeah.
White boy, take that sign down. That doesn't represent me. That's some lobbying group, a lesbian Marxist.
Yeah.
That money isn't going to us. That's going to the Democratic Party or something. Mike will give us a ride. Mike will give us $10. Mike will buy us something. So I told him that. I said, I'm going to take you for a ride.
Hey, let me ask you something, man. So, like...
Now, remember, you get to this point for living this long.
Yeah.
It's not from them degrees. So you
Yeah.
can't have what I have till you live longer.
Yeah.
Okay. But I did everything you did. And I did some of it. I went to the jazz festivals. When I was younger, I seen Eric Kloss, the blind saxophone player, with this guy. Yeah, I've been on stage. I snuck on with Todd Rundgren and Eric Clapton down there in '73. My high school normals. What the fuck's Mike doing on stage? Yeah, they kicked me off. Yeah, I've been around. I'd sneak in a concert if they were jamming. I was young. If I didn't recognize a popular song, I'd sneak back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have an old press pass, like when cable first started. Yeah, in 1974, a little station. I talked my way in with no film in the camera. Yeah, if I didn't like it, I'd leave, because I was used to popular tunes. Then I started developing. And of course, people have an advantage when they have that from their parents, but they only have that. They don't. Everybody has something different. They don't have my advantage. I can read a person in a second, you know. People says, my sponsor says to me, and he's pretty smart, he don't have a degree. I says, I'll give you a bachelor's, just on your own, you work at a bank. I said, remember, your bank gives loans to weapons for Sweden. The Pentagon's pissed off now. The weapons producers, would like to have a war for their profit. I know what's going on. I know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
I says, Trump doesn't have us in war. In fact, he pulled people out. I says, and then when that dickhead Kim Jong-un went up, he sent the whole Navy up. Do what you want to do. But if you do a nuclear bomb, you'll be in the Stone Age. So you get a big stick. You don't have to do nothing. And he pulls people out and gets people jobs. There's a demonic presence who wants a new world order, and it's going to happen. It's still happening with the United Nations. It's going to happen, facial recognition that. It's like China. It's going to happen. He's a bump in the road. Maybe I get raptured out of here beforehand. But if not, my family will be all right. I don't live in fear.
Yeah.
I don't go in crowded places without a mask on, but I don't wear a mask all the time. So that's my gift. Discernment. Wisdom by hard knocks. With a little art in me. And that's it. You have a lot more to travel than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have fun. And I'm glad you stopped to talk to me and gave me the painting. And
Most definitely.
And I have to go to a meeting.
Cool.
See you later, mate.
Yeah, man.
Think you got my number, man.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Watch out. Stages, a lot of relapses, and I kept picking myself up. The God kept picking me up. First time I ever read the Bible seriously.
Yeah.
I just read a few verses.
Yeah.
I was in basic training down in Fort Polk, Louisiana in 1975.
Yeah.
And I had a fucking drill sergeant that looked like Sergeant Carter with blonde hair and younger. He had no neck, like a fucking chub worm, and no hips. Yeah, just one of these motherfuckers, like a head into the neck,
Yeah.
V,
Yeah.
straight down and
Like a
stocky,
Tasmanian devil.
like a fire plug.
Yeah.
Only with a, you know?
Yeah.
And at first, when they seen me, of course, that's in college background and that. I didn't tell them I got kicked out of college. I mean, they let me finish, but I couldn't live on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like a hellraiser.
Yeah.
So they asked me, you want to go to West Point? Prep school. It's the last thing I want to do. I want to party.
Mm-hmm.
I got information to go to Germany and I want to party. So I did everything I had to do to get to Germany. This motherfucker tried to get me to sign papers that I was unfit, but he couldn't figure it out. I says, how could I be unfit when I'm the upper 10% of everything?
Yeah.
And probably the upper 1% of intellect.
My uncle was in Germany too.
Okay?
Went for I guess Vietnam, during Vietnam or
So he
whatever.
punched me in that, fuck me, and signed papers.
Yeah.
I was ready to shoot him. Yeah, at nighttime I had a bodyguard. Yeah, because I was always controversial. So I had a Samoan bodyguard, the best you could have. Fucking Samoan.
Gotta keep on.
He says, what's wrong, Belko? I say, nothing wrong now. You're here. They said, we're going to get you. And in airborne school, they did sucker me in a room, but I got out of it, yeah. And the captain says, no more playing pull for money. I hear you're pretty resourceful. I get the fuck out of that room with the doorknob and shit like that. Yeah. So anyway, to make a long story short, it's been a long road, and relapses and everything. So this is the course of me when I was playing guitar before I went to Penn State, and they asked me, I had my diploma, there were distinction.
Nice.
They asked me how did you do this? I said, well, of course I stayed away from video games and TV. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
I watched alternative news and I healed myself with sound. It's very easy to understand that classical music was created because there was no fucking interference.
Yeah.
Yeah, all there was nature to get in tune with.
There was no radio
Yeah,
waves
yeah,
floating
nothing.
around everywhere.
No cacophony, no industry, no nothing. So I'm coming out of North Side. And I do a few songs. I do Little Shoes. Little's got big shoes too. Sneakers, boots, pumps, and flats. Bring your mama, this is where it's at, Little's. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Couldn't make it over that candlestick. Should have bought a brand new pair of sneakers at Little's. And if you want, you can break in my house. You can take the cheese and the mouse. But when you get in that getaway car, you better leave back this here guitar. I'm gonna come looking for you. So,
Yeah, man.
so this one is about a girl with no arms that I met on a bus. I didn't know she didn't have no arms. She had that little birth defect where you have just little appendages and no hands at all. You know, just like these little deformed hands. And I didn't know that. And I'm looking at, and she's beautiful, man. I didn't see nothing. And man, she's blonde. She had suntan, good looking, not real high shorts, modest shorts and everything. And she turned and it shocked me. I didn't know. I'm looking across the way, there's a girl on this side, and I'm looking at this beautiful girl, and I'm younger. It's about 15 years ago, maybe more. Yeah, about 15 years ago. And as I looked at the back of her, these gorgeous legs, Bermudas on, she turns and got no arms.
Okay.
And I'm like, and that affected me profoundly.
Did you still get a number?
No, I didn't get no numbers.
Okay.
No, that was a young girl, man, going to college. I was a dope addict trying to get clean, an old man.
Oh, okay.
But I had 23-year-old girls living with me, homeless. I couldn't wait to get rid of them. They wanted to walk around naked. I said, honey, I might be old. I ain't that fucking old. And I might have been born last night. But I might have been born tonight, but not last night. Get the fuck going. Yeah, I showed somebody at the JCC. She wrapped herself in crime ribbon. I said, I had to get rid of this fucking headache. This is a crime scene. And I kidding around. They said, you know how many men your age? I said, you only see one frame.
As you visit our stores, please join us in practicing safe habits per CDC guidelines, such as maintaining a 6-foot distance from fellow customers and associates and keeping all interactions brief. Local regulations require all customers to wear a mask or face covering. We thank you for your help as we ensure everyone's safety.
Yeah, right.